I came up here. I thought I'd get a couple more weeks out of hunting up here, but I'm like 2.5 miles back up a forest road, and the next 4 days, that's it, until Wednesday, is rain and snow in the forecast. And that's a forecast for 6, 7, 800 feet lower than where I'm at. And it's 10 degrees cooler here. So when it's a low of 35 and chance of showers, that's a low of 26 and chance of snow. So um, I got just 4 days of probably snow coming. So I've got to evacuate the Fenn zone and get back. I'm going to go over to my land over the other side of the valley, over near Blanca. I got 5 acres over there, and I'll probably just hang out there all winter and suffer with the cold and bottle of propane every week to keep warm. So that runs, about $80 a month just to heat. Uh, but that $80 a month to heat is cheaper than $80 to $80 would get say 20 gallons of gas, 6 miles to a gallon. It'd get me about 150 miles. So it'd take you know uh, several hundreds of dollars to go to Arizona and back just for fuel. So I'm uh, I'm thinking I'm just gonna hang out in Colorado again for the winter probably because that gas just costs so much. My RV's almost 20 years old. It's I don't need big long road trips anymore. I'm not ready for that. I need an RV. It's better, and I need to be prepared for flat tires. A flat tire costs you $500, so uh, you know that's more than a third of my income. It yep. Got threatening weather coming. And those rainy nights are going to be snowy nights because that altitude's 800 feet lower than where I'm at. So um, my weather won't be the rain; it'll be the snow. See, low of 36 and rain down in the valley, so it's going to be a low of 26 and snow up here. That'll keep things from freezing at RV. Well, my water, I bring bottles, use bottles in the winter, and the toilet's a problem. What I need to do is get I need a water bed heater, and then epoxy that onto the bottom of the black tank so that I can thaw the shit out. That's what it's doing, right? So, but um, and then when once that toilet freezes up, man, it's the bucket in the shed, and then you have to take the bucket to dump it occasionally. But yeah, you just put a seat on a 5 gallon bucket. You, so yeah, it's gonna snow. I wanted to be up here another week searching, but and I was thinking, oh, well, it might warm up after that and melt. It might not. I could have a foot of snow up here over the next 4 days, or 2 feet of snow, and I would be stuck in here and would have to walk in on snowshoes to get. I'd have to fix my snowshoes, get some the snowshoes. They got that damn plastic laces, and they dry up and crack and break, and it's like these are a piece of crap, man. And you see 200-year-old snowshoes that are still perfectly fine. They make garbage nowadays. So yeah, I would make snowshoes with uh, parachute cord, maybe. That might make good snowshoe threads instead of the plastic that cracks and breaks. Oh, no, no, no. I'm going over to my home 5 acres, and they're the only thing I got to worry about is the the uh, the county secret police, the mafia, the county mafia and stuff. You know, I have friends that have been run off by that county and stuff, and it's like, I want to go see the Supreme Court on this because you have that's a God-given right to live on your own property. They don't have any right to tell you how you know that you can't have a home on your own land. They have no right at all to do that. That is treasonous. That is against my freedom. So yeah, I don't put up with mafia counties and government. They get no. I don't deal with it. They don't have any rights in my book. In my book, the people have rights. The government doesn't have rights. The government has no rights. Where does it say in the Constitution, the Bill of Rights? The government shall have these rights too. No, the government doesn't have rights. Uh, they have laws, and their laws aren't rights. Hey, Cherokee, winter is coming. Yeah, it's coming, and I'm getting out of here. I've got my RV just about ready to roll. I got to take my weather vane off the roof and um, pull my slide in out, lower the RV down. Then I got space I'm at. It's kind of rough getting here, so I load my car up over by the road. I hook up. I'll park the RV over there and then walk back here, get the car, and yeah, he's around. He's just outside the door, I think. If I call him, he'll come. Jack, come here, Jack. Hey, there he is. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come on. Come on up. Everybody wants to see Jack. Hi, Jack. Say hi. Hi there. What's that? Is that B? What's he doing in here? Are you a sweet dog, huh? Yeah. It was 27 last night. So yeah, if it's and the forecast is 30% chance of rain tonight, 30% tomorrow morning, 40% tomorrow afternoon, 50% tomorrow night, 30% Columbus Day, and 40% chance of snow on Monday. And so, yeah, the chance of showers down in the valley is a chance of snow up here. So I'm at no place for the meek, tired and weak. I'm going to place it. That is the name of tired and weak. Tired and weak represents a word that means tired and weak. It's, you can't make it simpler. Forrest said it was simple. It's simple. It's simple. It's all. Yeah, I couldn't see anybody going up that creek with a paddle. That creek goes from. I'll tell you. I'll give you some details about the no paddle up your creek. It goes from 7,836 feet to 10,860 feet. That's no paddle up your creek. And people go, well, Forrest said the treasure's below 10,200 feet. Why are you telling me an elevation above 10,200 feet? I didn't say the treasure was there. I said the creek goes that high, and then the treasure's down lower. It just because he said the treasure's below 10,200 feet doesn't mean you don't go higher than that to get there. It doesn't mean that at all. Take him literally. Literally, he said the treasure's below 10,200 feet. But that does not mean that part of the path to get there doesn't go higher than that. Or that doesn't go lower than 5,000. It doesn't go lower than 5,000 feet, that's for sure. But, because everything north of Santa Fe is above 5,000 feet. So it's really hard to find any place like that. But the path of the treasure, the poem, crosses the 10,200 feet. It goes above it and it comes back down. So what do you think of Omega? You're starting at about 8,000, you end up about 9,000, Yeah, I smashed that finger. Yeah, hope that fingernail just stays there until when it falls off, there'll already be another one under it. But the other thing, the treasure's not associated with a building or a structure and stuff like that. That does not mean that one of the waypoints to get there is not associated with a structure. The treasure itself is not near a building, a structure, or what you'd call a structure or anything like that. It's by some ancient artifacts and stuff, but it's not anything that is legally considered a structure. The rangers and all don't even recognize this stuff that's up here. Hi, biggest shoes. Hey, biggest shoes. Steady on. I can't wait. Last video. I want it clear in your last video. I made a little video when I went out. Yes, I went yesterday and searched and saw some neat things. Got some neat pictures of some neat stuff and ruled out another. I haven't really ruled out because it's like it could be one of those places you went and it was just covered up and you couldn't see it. But which place can you imagine going back to all the places you already been and checking them again? I'm getting warm. This thing here and sweating inside. But RF, she's. Forrest, what did he say? The Homer Brown. It can't be somebody's house because it won't last 1,000 years or 10,000 years. And Forrest said that he doesn't think that the Earth will last that long. That we're going to destroy it. We're going to be wiped out before 1,000 years. It might not last 100 years. The Earth might not last, And the home of Brown, it's not just the house. It's not about the house, the building. It's the property. It's 3,500 acres of national forest. And Forrest said you only deserve 2.086 acres. That's how he's hinting at Brown, who got 3,500 acres of national forest. Nobody deserves that much land. He was hinting exactly at this guy with this mass of national forest land. That's why I'm hot tea. And I didn't pour a cup before I started. That was the bottom of it. It was cold. So yeah, that ludicrous reasons people. Well, Forrest said that, and so that way I ruled that out completely. Well, you just when you eliminate a real part of the poem, you screwed yourself. You're done. And, boom. Because you said, nope, that can't be, so I ain't even going to look at that. And then you go look at a bunch of ridiculous stuff that has no match, no. All it has is, this is a place that he mentioned, and this is the place he said this Madison River is a special place. And it was when he was a childhood. He wants you to find substitutes. His father was trying to find a substitute. Bell was ringing at the end of the hall, and you're trying to find a substitute. Bill G. If I just blow you, make sure financially secure, really probably 100%. Yep. Yeah. Well, it's I if you want to go searching with me, you can. But yeah, it's I'm in the right, and when somebody, everybody, oh, go criticize, oh, here's your video. I'm imagining this type of scenario, and you're not going right to it and grabbing it, and so I have severe doubts in you. This is people who don't get off the couch have doubts in your abilities. They can't even. I'm surprised they're able to get up off the couch and go to the bathroom. Speaking of that, I gotta watch this. Yeah. This is my new little meme I made. Yeah, I could resist. That's funny. Yeah, put pictures on them. Wine Canyon, why? Oh, Cascade Canyon, why? No, why? No. Why is bright? If you've been bright and found the blaze, if you've been bright, now a blaze is bright. It's found the blaze, and I give you title to the gold. You want to find a bright title, and people say, "Oh, I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy for a title." Well, I got a title. I have a title of nobility. I got a noble title. My title after my name. I'm allowed to put U.E. For Unity of Empire. It was title granted by Canadian Parliament to people who fought for the crown and lost their land in America during the American Revolution. I have several ancestors that were part of that crowd, and they were granted land up in Ontario and stuff. But so my family went up there from Vermont, 1792 or so. At the end of the Revolution, they were chased out by their neighbors and everything, and they confiscated my ancestors' land, 69 square miles of land he owned. He had 69 square miles. He had two townships in Vermont, Londonderry and Wyndham Township. And he had half of Hubbardton Township, which was owned by Robert Rogers, and he bought half of Robert's land to bail Robert out of debtor's prison. And so that land was taken, and in 1795, 96, 97 or something, my fourth great grand uncle petitioned the state to have his land returned, and all of his unsold land was returned to the family. But then he put somebody in charge of selling it, and yeah, they just kept the money. So a bunch of people in the family went to college, but whoever they left in charge to handle their financial affairs, was crooked as usual. The people with the big. It's hard to be filthy rich without screwing somebody over. In Forrest's case, he sold stuff to other rich people, so no big deal. But the people that they're making profit off of the water you need to drink to survive and stuff. That's survive people profiting off of your survive things you need to survive and stuff, and making it expensive for you. It's an evil profit. Food profits on foods should be controlled and limited. That's for sure. But my ancestors, they got the land back and whatever, and there's some I'm sure they didn't, because they only sold the land that was farmable. They didn't sell the tops of the mountains. So my family should still own the tops of the mountain. Yet there's a big ski area there. And so that ski area is operating on my family's property. I wouldn't need the treasure if I had a good lawyer. Because I could just go sue them for some of the land there that's rightfully mine, and just a couple acres would get a couple $1 million. So I'd be set. If I had 100 acres of the 60,000 acres that he had, he had 45,000 acres. It's 69 square miles. But another ancestor of mine, when the Rogers Rangers in the movie Northwest Passage, they went up and they raided the Abenaki village of St. Francis up in Canada, and my what would it be, about fifth or sixth great grandfather, George Bradley, he took the Silver Madonna from the Franciscans, the church there. They had a silver statue of Mary with the baby, the Silver Madonna. It was a silver statue, He took that, and there's a in the back of the book, Northwest Passage. There's a in the binding in front and back binding. There's a map of North America, and it shows the way to Oregon that Lewis and Clark followed and all that, and it shows all of North America basically, and what their map was of 1765, and but it shows on there where George Bradley's body was found, and so he's the one that had the Silver Madonna. So that map basically kind of shows you about where the treasure is, where that. So and it's supposed to be worth $5 million. So if you can find that, it's not just the weight of the silver; it's the provenance. So anybody would find it if you melted it down, and it's not worth 5 million no more. Some people don't realize you melt something down. You take a gold coin that's worth $10 million. There's a couple of gold coins that he say are 2,000 years old, Arabic coins, and they're 2,000 years old. You take that thing, it might be worth $500,000. You say, I don't know what it's worth. It might be worth 10,000. It might be worth $500,000. You don't know. But you take something that you have no knowledge of, and you melt it down, and it's worth $1,200. See, yeah, sensational value. But yeah, there are people that will take something that's very valuable and turn it in for pennies. Weight value doesn't mean anything. There are relics in there. Relics are worth 50 times their weight. And that treasure itself, complete treasure, is worth 100 times more than the weight of the things in it. It's only worth the weight of the things in it to a total moron. Because one of my enemies had told me, one of my critics, and a very repulsive person told me that the guy with Muhammad Ali's punching bag, the big tall punching bag, they got hanging at what was it, MGM or one of them casinos in Reno or in Vegas, and he gets $60,000 a month to have that punching bag there. So imagine this treasure is a golden. So the suggestion was, casinos would pay to have that as a centerpiece for their casino. But it'd probably be more like 100,000, 200,000 a month to keep it there indefinitely, and so that's $2.5 million a year. So if you take that thing and you melt it down and you get $600,000. Yeah, I got the money real quick. Your first year, you get $2.5 million to lease it. You still own it too. You still own it. When they're done with it, you get it back and you can sell it then, or just put it on the shelf and smile at it. I gotta have more tea. You gotta wait one second. I gotta go here and get some tea. I'll let you watch me go get some tea. Big cup. Sugar it up. Woo! Yeah. Okay. Um, that's what the video is about. I'm, I'm putting things away in here and sliding the slide out in and pulling the jacks up, and I'm getting out of here because of the snow coming, and I don't want to be snowed in or even snow on the road. And this is a little dirt road, and I got a big RV. All he needs is a little slide, and poof, you're down in the canyon with your 32-foot Winnebago. Um, so I can't. I don't want to. I don't want to take chances like that. Where I searched it was pretty cool. I looked under a bunch of rocks, so found nothing. So I found some excellent places he could have hit it. And it's like, wow, that would have been an excellent spot. And the other thing I fear is that, the pie lady, the two pies, and so on. And he talks about pineapple pie, okay? And he talks about the smell of pine. Well, he said pinion at first, but he changed that to pine, pine needles and stuff, not pinion, pine needles. And pine cones in Forrest Fenn's head. Wouldn't those be pineapples too? And you see these like a niche between some rocks, and it catches all these pine cones are piled in there, and I'm pretty sure that you're gonna find the treasure under a pile of pine cones. Pineapple pie. he he put it in the pie. Billy boy, can't you be pie, baby? He stuck in his thumb and pulled out a plum. You know. I think I'm nailing down what now. I know that's something I got to keep an eye out for. Any of those pine cone piles. I don't even know where he is. Where he? Yeah, I'm tired and weak. He gave you a clue to tired and weak. It was his granddaughter's dog. His granddaughter's dog might be a clue to tired and weak. What do people say now when they're tired and weak? What do they say? Oh, I'm beat. There are other words for tired and weak. It's not just that he's tired and weak. It's the name of a place. That's twice in pine cones. Pine cones. Pineapple pie. A deep hole. It's a hole filled with pine cones. A pine hole. um, and I think the bottle caps and stuff makes me think that it's someplace where a lot of people have gone fishing, and there's bottle caps and beer cans, and don't be surprised if you find a few of those in the area. Yeah, I thought it was a picnic table. Um, he he says at the end of the life he'd be an asterisk, right? He'd be an asterisk in a book, and that's all be left him, to tell his story. This asterisk. Um, and he says there's no X on the map. There are X's on the maps. There are X's on the map. And he mentioned an X on his map in Too Far to Walk. There is an X on the map down in the lower right corner. He describes his X. And he says Benchmark Books made a wonderful map for me, whatever, wonderful, terrific, whatever. I'm not quoting exactly, but he brings up benchmark maps because benchmark's a clue. The when on a map, an X, there's a little on a topo map. There's X, and it says BM next to it. That means benchmark. That's an X. Yeah, X is why I'm not going to Y's. I'm only talking about the X's, and X's say benchmark on a map. Yet these benchmarks that are on the map, it's unlikely to be there because that's where they use them for conducting surveys when they're redesigning a highway or putting in a culvert or building a bridge or whatever. They that's a survey marker, and they go and they put their transit right on top of it, and and then they cite in all their other objects and stuff from that benchmark. It's a benchmark. But what when you're Fenn and you're twisting things around, a benchmark is something quite different. What would you imagine a benchmark would look like on a map? I'll show you. I'll show you what a benchmark looked like. Ooh, ooh, shoulder. That's a benchmark. Bring a sandwich. Bring a sandwich and a flashlight. That's a benchmark. If that's not a benchmark, then I'm a monkey's uncle. Oh, yeah, I do have nephews and nieces. Which one's the monkey? That's a benchmark. Can you deny that? And is it kind of an asterisk? It's got 8 legs or whatever, And it's an alpha. And it's the banquet table at the end of his life. At the end of the rainbow, there's a banquet table. His banquet table's a picnic table. At a roadside rest. Boom, 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 boom. Got Gorman. He comes up with the best solutions, the best ideas. That's a benchmark. And he talks about his nuclear bomb, right? And I put at the bottom of that his asterisk in the nuclear bomb, right? And that's why I put at the bottom here. I see benchmark. ICBM. That's an intercontinental ballistic missile. But yeah, there's actually more to that. I have another one of that little cartoon there. I have another one that I made with a background that's different instead of the white. But it's got another secret clue in there. That when you look on the topo maps, not the newest ones, 20 was it 2013, 2014 and older maps, the new topo maps. I mean, Obama put so many freaking idiots in the USGS and the government services. It's and they don't do anything. They're just there. It's like they're on welfare basically because they don't do their jobs. Hopefully, insulted a couple of them. No. Well, that's hot. So that's a benchmark. He talks about benchmark maps. There's no X on the map. There's a picnic table. Yeah. You see, that's how he can put it right out in front of you, and you don't get benchmark maps. Oh, he's just talking about a map company. There's no clue. Oh, bullshit. There ain't no clue there. There's a very possible clue in that. Why didn't he use Rand McNally or Delorme or um, one of them? And another thing, I was over that Thrill of the Chase channel, Facebook page. That Davis, not there, man. Not there, man. Look at no there, man. There's no there. There's no man there. That's a fake name. That little asshole. He double blazes to Davis. Not there, man. No there, man. Anyhow, he put me on timeout from his Facebook group for posting a SpongeBob SquarePants GIF with because he's talking about in the wood, right? And SpongeBob Pants can't get in. He's pointing to a wooden coffin, in the wood, in the coffin. And that little piece of shit, Davis, blocked me. So I said, "Oh, screw this group. Screw this group." He removed my little GIF comment and blocked me. I took all my stuff off that group. And that's run by the admins or that guy in Vegas who my solve is Bill Gorman. Yeah, we don't think much of Bill Gorman. He can't go with the seeing shapes and rocks thing or anything, and you're part of the bullshit. Not when you allow this little Davis no there man to behave like that. I had that. Where is he? There he is. Yeah, this is what I had. He suspended me for that. In the woods, in the coffin. And little Davis, not there, man. Little Snowflake Davis. Piece of shit. He's under Joel Lewicki, and then people run that Thrill of the Chase group. You don't deserve to have that name on your group when you have an admin that's such an asshole. Who the hell's Dave? He ain't got you. He don't know jack. Yeah, Ken Davis. I'm blocking the mother. Guy's got he needs a brick in the head is what he needs, Yeah, Davis not there, man. No there, man. Look at his name. Look at it. No there, man. No man there. There's no man there. This is a fake account. It's probably Joel Lewicki's fake account. He looks a little like Joel. The lawyer who don't know jack about it. I mean, most law firms, a lawyer go go public and all that, and in line with, it's going to hurt the law firm. Yeah, but who knows what kind of law he processes. Some lawyers are just corporate lawyers, and some are defense lawyers, and some are assholes. A lot of them are assholes, especially if they're prosecutors or judges. There's an asshole judge here in Alamosa that found that, well, you exited the intersection when the light was red, so that's a violation. And it's like, bullshit. You got to have me when I'm coming in it, not when I'm leaving it, you asshole. You know. But they don't care about it's about their money. It's not. It doesn't matter what the law was. This rookie cop said that you did this, and they said they didn't see where your car was when the light turned red. If they didn't see where my car was when the light turned red, they had no business giving me a ticket. Little Alamosa court. I mean, that's a crooked little, and I'll bet that judge is one of the pedophiles that go down in these indictments from Trump, because he was a demo. To be a Democrat judge, you have to be a pedophile, so that they have something over you, so that they can have you be corrupt and do illegal things and stuff, and they can only control people that they have a skeleton of theirs in their closet to bring out if they don't do what they're told to do, and be told tyrants. And they'll go online, and when I was trying to pull up my video I had, he's looking at the other file names in my computer and stuff, and like, oh shit, okay, next time I gotta do something like that, put the links right there on my desktop, and you ain't gonna fucking read, because he's forming. I asked in the court. I asked the officer. I said, and did you record my speed as I went through the intersection? Because I was going slower than the speed limit. I was trying to show that. Well, yeah, I didn't have. I went like 30 feet. The light turned yellow. 30 feet later, it's red. And I forget where I was going with that, but I didn't break I had hit the line. As soon as I hit the line, when you touch that line, you've entered the intersection. And if you've entered the intersection and it turns red, you have the right to clear the intersection. You don't have to stop on a dime. You have the legal right to clear the intersection. And she testified that she didn't know where my wheels were in relation to that limit line. She wasn't looking. She couldn't see. All she's going by is her video camera that shows the last 5 feet of my lane in the intersection. It doesn't show the limit line or any of it. And that judge was just, if she says so, and I think the judge is probably dating the cop. He's trying to flirt with her or whatever, A lot of these judges, you can't find out anything about them because they've hidden their history and all that stuff. But I'm sure this guy's a crooked bastard. He's one of them guys that pretend they're your friend when you first go to court, and then in the middle of your hearing, you discover he's not a nice guy at all. He's a real fucking asshole. And he is. He looked like somebody I knew in high school. So I kind of had I thought there was no relation here, man. This guy's a fucking jerk from head to toe. And he didn't like it. They didn't like his decision. He was all pissed off that I didn't like his decision. I mean, these Democrats talk about Kavanaugh getting upset. That guy was mad. He was mad that I didn't agree with him. And no, only an idiot would agree with him. So yeah, these cloudy weather coming, and oh, I'm gonna make a run with my trash over to the dumpster, get rid of my trash, and then hook up and go. Got to put some gas in this beast. I'm gonna try to get to gas station where it's 293 instead of 309. It's 15 miles more. And my gauge says, yeah, and I got 3 gallons or so in my gas can. So yeah, I'm getting off the mountain. Uh, uh, the next 4 days of rain, and that's down in the valley, and I'm up the mountain. It's 4 days of snow here, so I've even seen a few snowflakes fly by last night. And my weather station says rain. So nice up here. But I'm like, okay, I'm ready to do it, and the anxiety, and okay, now I'm exhausted because I was ready to do it. Oh man, just thinking about doing it tires me out. I hate putting it on the road and moving all the time. I want to find a place, a nice warm home with electricity from the power lines, and where I don't have to run it with a toilet that flushes every time, and water that's coming out of a well at least or something that's running all the time with a working water heater and all that. It'd be nice to have. 'Cause even though I got an RV, I'm still roughing it because half the stuff on it doesn't work. My new winter generator comes today at my kid's place. I had to check to see if it's probably already delivered. Uh, 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 Probably delivered already. So, and I was gonna, get up early, go take the RV over to my land, and then go up to my kid's place. And I said, I'll just go up there and get that thing tomorrow or something after he gets off work. Bill, does the name Michael J. But both the yeah no, I knew a Michael K. who's a DJ up in Denver. Michael J. I don't know no Michael J. There can be people out there that there could be people out there that don't know me that think they do. I don't know. I don't know a Michael J. I can't think of one. I know there are people that are what do you call it, eavesdropping on my search and sneaking around the area and stuff. But I know how difficult it is, so it's like good luck. It's very hard to narrow this down to where is the exact spot. He says me in the middle. Okay, if you go from where you start to where you end, it's like 20 miles or so. As a crow flies at 20, maybe 35 if you drive. But and he says me in the middle. It can be anywhere in between those two spots, anywhere. You think it's going to be a symbol that really means something, but it might be a symbol that doesn't mean much of anything at all. You might not even recognize what that symbol is that's there. like some of these, I'm there looking at it, and I take pictures of it, and then I get home and I look at the picture. Oh wow, I didn't see that there, you know. So it's what comes out in your pictures and the scenery. It has to do with there's symbols they remind him of his stories. And the helicopters, the Skippy's car, the Buffalo Cowboys car, the ZPU gun, the Skippy's helicopter contraption gearbox. And being where all these places are, he had to have wandered around all these spots too, to have known they were there, to use them as part of his treasure hunt game. We're his entertainment. He's like running the Truman Show. He did it. He got tired of watching the shit on TV and wanted to be what he watches about people that were interested in his story. He wanted the story to be about him. His story's about him. The treasure hunt can be a contest, and it might not. It could be. He says he took it with him. He took it with him. He didn't leave it out here. He took it with him. It's in a bank vault or something. Whatever. If he has it, and if he's made it a contest, there's a contract. There's his rules that he made up. He has rules. So did Moses. But he had his rules, and so that's set in stone, and he can't tell somebody that they're close or anything like that. He's not allowed to tell people they're close. But you notice when people bring him, and he puts an X on it. Everybody, X, and stuff. And oh yeah, you're real. You scare me. You scare me. Oh boy, I better start packing. Or whatever. But it's not what he doesn't tell me those things. Oh, I've never heard of that. Never heard of that place before. No, I don't know nothing about that place. No. He doesn't say, "Oh, you scare me." No, because it is the place. If it is the place, he's going to tell you it isn't. He's trying to convince me, but I've seen too much to believe that it isn't. So I believe it is because of all I've seen that relates to his stories. What do you do for when I'm going to my land? Yep. Sorry, Mel. Must go to housekeeping. Be safe. Yep. Housekeeping. Yeah. I bring plenty of that Gypsy's Kiss toilet paper. So, well, it's getting cloudy, and I gotta get my RV running, battery charged up, because I've got it solar. I have to wait till the solar got the batteries enough to start the RV, and it's getting cloudy, and the power is going to go. So I'm going to have to start my RV and get it off the jack stands and move it over to the other side of the meadow here and get ready to hook up my car and get the F out of here. Y'all have a good day. Thanks for watching.